السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. حالا خنان ولبتن ويا غليسا وراني إيران مقالة إسرائيل إرت الروب السودان مسائلو ده أبو دردب إسرائيل أبو دردب متيرا داري ثاني يرو لفانين كبجي كلين سرطول به مسائلون إيران بكلامة تبودان قصلك أبو ولي ولا لدي تقول لقط كيف تكابو مو بريد في مقالة سنوجر أكو مقرتان كنا مقالة إسرائيل أكمل وربدا جرتي مال ما بنا سنة مدة نجرا هاتو أكو مجنون ورتان كنا من السورة تابي مني إسرائيل نما ثاني خدمة سنجابازو أكسبته سنما وجول كبده مني بيا الريفة تكارفنين بيغن إيجا غرتي لولي إسرائيل في إيران كون إيجا ليه من نجاس بنت كايري برته بيت كذي تكوي ربته كجيبته الريبان مسائل سكوبا ديوم دقيسة أنت في الريبان جروجان نما باجي متى مدوم جرو مغانا ترى كيس الدلوان داون تيتان فقاطة كم ما برتة سنة في النهاية بكري كريجا توني كنت دعم هدو ربين ليجل ما فلسطين باسو جر ماني مغالا قد سنة كيسا بوجران ورون إسرائيل جو حالا خنان كنو إدلي كنما خنان اللي يخنو حالا خنان دام جرتي تمام لا فكنما خنان تتيم بريتي يجو بيدا خنان بريتي بيدان ليتي في هكذا بيدان بلتي كنما سبي مسائل دفع كم بلتوني يجي مغالا إسرائيل الدوجر هكذا نجيان بولا هنقا سبي تايت دامتا مسائلوني مسائلوني إيران يجو تنما وجي والقواتي ديغمسي مقالا تنريب كسدي مجرو أكان نمان قدو قرورة كولتنا أمني ساني الراوي واسو جرن ماتي شواتي رقام بلدي
Explosions rocked parts of central Israel after Iran launched another wave of ballistic missiles toward Tel Aviv and surrounding areas. Dramatic visuals from the scene showed thick black smoke rising above the skyline and a car overturned on a street in the Bnei Brak area following the impact. Authorities say multiple impact sites were reported across central Israel during the latest barrage. Police officials say the widespread of the blast locations suggests that at least one of the incoming missiles may have carried a cluster-type warhead. First responders from Israel's National Emergency Service, Magen David Adom, rushed to several locations after the strikes. Paramedics initially reported 3 people injured by shrapnel when debris from the explosions hit residential and commercial areas. Among the injured was a man in his 40s who sustained serious wounds in Tel Aviv. 2 others were also hurt in the nearby city of Petah Tikva. A 25-year-old reported to be in moderate condition and a 56-year-old man with lighter injuries. Officials later said the number of wounded had risen to 6 as more casualties were located at impact sites. In Petah Tikva, 5 people were reported injured, though most were described as being in stable condition. Emergency teams and search and rescue units from the Israel Defense Forces were deployed to the affected areas. Authorities say investigations are underway to determine the exact type of missile used in the attack and assess the full scale of the damage. The latest barrage marks another escalation in the rapidly widening confrontation between Iran and Israel, with missiles striking densely populated urban areas and emergency teams scrambling across central Israel. Fears are mounting that the conflict could intensify further in the days ahead.
Sirens blared across Tel Aviv and parts of central and southern Israel as Iran launched another round of ballistic missiles, sending residents rushing into bomb shelters. According to early reports and eyewitness accounts, at least 2 missiles are believed to have made an impact in central Israel, even as Israeli authorities say there are no immediate reports of injuries. The latest attack triggered air raid sirens across a wide swath of Israel, including Tel Aviv and nearby cities, as Israel's air defense systems scrambled to intercept the incoming projectiles. Israel's military said a small number of ballistic missiles were fired from Iran, setting off alarms in both central and southern Israel. Emergency services said they were assessing several locations after reports of possible impacts in the Tel Aviv metropolitan area, though officials stressed that the situation remains under review. Initial assessments suggest most of the missiles were intercepted by Israel's missile defense systems, but some projectiles may have landed in open areas. Israel's Home Front Command later said civilians in areas where sirens sounded could leave bomb shelters, though it urged residents to remain close to protected spaces as the security situation remains volatile. Before central Israel, the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, said it had detected another launch of ballistic missiles from Iran towards southern areas. Sirens sounded in southern Israel, particularly around Beersheba and surrounding communities, where residents were warned to prepare for possible incoming fire. Meanwhile, several explosions lit up the sky in western Tehran as Israeli warplanes pounded the Iranian capital in the early hours of Saturday. According to reports, an airport was bombed by the Israeli fighter jets, leading to damage to at least 1 aircraft parked at the airport. There was no information about the number of casualties so far.
Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich were injured in a rocket attack by Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah in northern Israel on Friday. Hezbollah's rocket attack was in response to relentless Israeli strike on Lebanon amid its war with Iran. According to the Times of Israel, 5 of the 8 soldiers were seriously wounded in the rocket attack. The troops, who all serve with the Givati Brigade, were taken to the hospital for treatment. The Israeli military on Friday released footage that it claimed showed airstrikes on Hezbollah targets across Lebanon. In a statement, the army said its air force, guided by IDF intelligence, completed a broad-scale wave of strikes in Beirut against Hezbollah terror infrastructure. According to Lebanon's health ministry, the number of people killed by Israeli strikes since Monday has risen to 217, with another 798 wounded. After the attacks by the US and Israel on Iran triggered a new war in the Middle East, Hezbollah launched missiles and drones into Israel Monday for the first time in over a year. Israel has retaliated by bombarding southern Lebanon and Beirut's southern suburbs.